Hello,
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 hello. Yeah, we're 2 minutes late because we talked about injuries and shit, so that's fun. So yeah, welcome to another Take a Look At, where today we will be taking a look at this site called Immortal Now, where some guy named John apparently thinks that you can become immortal through Qigong, which is like a Chinese exercise thing. With us today, we have Smelly and Dan.
hello.
And we also have, because neither ChocolateHat nor Rhetoric&Discourse is with us, we replaced him with a girl.
Hello.
Blast is here.
So I'm just a person. That's it.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, and apparently you is the only one in the audience because there's only 2 people watching, one of which are me. I'm not sure where the rest of the audience is, so yay for us. Nice.
That's perfect.
Well, we have another person. Good. Well,
There's at least two. At least 2. I'm good with that.
let's get started. Discover the secret to immortality. Get your free report on how to live forever. And then if you click it, you get some shit about 50% complete. Almost there. Please enter a valid. Why would you have the progress bar?
Because if you don't have the progress bar, people can't feel accomplished and having made it 50% without doing anything at all.
We respect your privacy and your information is 100% secure. Yeah, and okay, it's probably just their newsletter.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to be a bunch of shit that will eventually be routed directly to your spam folder.
Yeah. Also, nice pixelated background image. Couldn't get it.
Oh yeah, that's real good.
That is pretty fucking bad.
Yeah, this guy was like, fuck proper resolution. Just get something that looks good and spread it out about as wide as you can get it.
I don't. Is she standing on a meteor?
I have no clue. It's like
It looks like a meteor.
Or just a rock that wasn't very high up, but they wanted to make it look like he was on a mountain.
Or some very bad blighty ass cheek.
I can see where you're going with that.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Well, who wants to read?
Apparently, according to that picture, the sun shines directly out of this guy's ass.
So wait,
right.
His ass is not where the sun never shines.
See what he did there? He went there. He did it. Another butt joke. That's 2 butt jokes.
Yeah, but
We're starting very high there.
The truth about human immortality. Not sure what accent that one was.
Well, that could be summed up with one simple 3-word sentence. It doesn't exist.
No.
Absolutely not. So I guess I'll read. We're born to live forever. Wrong. The original design of our body does not include illness and health. How?
Illness and
Physical
death. Not health.
Oh, that does say death. See, I'm reading on my phone. I can actually kind of read it, but it's still kind of small. So, there we go. That's huge. Illness and death. Well, neither does a car. A car doesn't initially say, I'm going to get in a crash.
Well, and it's actually not, like, ignoring the fact that our body wasn't designed by anything, it evolved. Once you get past a certain age, there's a lot of, like, immune changes and tissue changes that happen that actually means your body is functioning, like, aging
is a lot of senescent cells are just staying there, but they're fucked up, and there's your telomeres that are too short for your DNA to split again, and
and you know, for a guy. Oh, go ahead.
Literally start falling apart. Because it's at some point after a certain age, evolution basically didn't have to care about what happened to you because
Yeah,
you'd already
once you
reproduced.
already had children, nobody cares evolution-wise what happens to your
Yeah, and
body.
I think it's kind of, on a serious note, this guy seems to be showing all the telltale signs of progressing in age normally. I would doubt that you would look inside his body and see like a 16-year-old's liver. I mean, this guy is clearly,
Well,
on a good guess, I'd say 60s.
That depends on what kind of kinky shit he's into.
Or if he's one of those like super billionaires that goes out and finds a 17-year-old and does blood transfusions with the kid.
Yay.
That's a real thing, by the way.
Yeah.
Not that it does anything.
It's based on some preliminary research done on mice.
Yeah. I still wouldn't do it.
It also doesn't work in humans, as far as I remember.
Illness and death are habits evolved over time.
No.
We can evolve to be able to like say we can evolve to be immune to shit. You know, like over time there are some
evolve to be resistant.
There we go. That's some more narrowed.
Immunity not something you really evolve. I mean, you do have some innate immunity, but that's not really immunity in that sense. That's more general protection.
Yeah, but the habits are evolved over time. Not really, as our bodies, minds.
Over time.
Death and habit, like death and illness are habits evolved.
How can death something that happens once be a habit?
Yeah, smoking cigarettes is a habit. Death isn't a habit. You can't die more than once.
You can't have it can't be a habit if it only happens once.
Yeah, habitual indicates that you do it frequently. It's a habit that people wake up and drink coffee. It's a habit that people
but maybe it's a cultural
switch lanes without signaling.
Because your parents do it, you know. Your parents tend to die, and so like you follow after your parents, you know. If you could take one child and put it
so it's like a mimetic.
It's not, yeah.
It's
you take one child, you put it in a family where they're not used to dying, you know. Maybe the child culturally learns to not die.
It's a multi-generational habit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is making
I can't be blamed for my dying. I inherited from my pappy.
I think we should have a very unimpressive stream that lasts for maybe 10 years until the guy dies.
Yeah, we should keep checks on this guy just to see.
Yeah, just set a Google alert.
When we see the last blog post, because of course this has a blog. We're gonna get to that. Like the blog post from his wife saying that he's died and the site is closing down.
That would be fucking amazing. Yeah, I think once we're done here, I'm gonna go set a Google alert for this guy. We're perfect as we are. Not really, without the need for injury, sickness, and death. Okay, so the injury part, that kind of blows my mind, because I immediately think of like breaking bones and things that people do that could break bones.
Also, what if you're born with a disability?
Yeah, but I want to see his premise be brought to light by dropping people out of planes. That sounds ridiculous, but we could drop cadavers. Bones are still the same no matter what the body is. Resistance is really the only thing that will...
He's making it sound like getting an injury is a choice. I mean, you can choose to get injured. Like, if you get a drunk driver hits you, that's not a choice you made.
Oh, but I was talking about the literal aspect of that statement.
Is based on?
Wait, what?
Isn't that what the USA system is based on? You know, you basically choose to be sick, so you have to pay.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the healthcare model doesn't indicate anything as to whether or not the body is resistant to these things, though.
But because it's a lie that we're perfect. Like, I know I'm not perfect. Not in any fucking
your mommy didn't tell you you're perfect.
I'm colorblind. I can't read. I have a trouble reading fluorescence microscopies because they're always in green and red. Literally, this is the thing I'm training to become. I have
Oh
problems
yeah, I
with
remember I had that funny friend.
Jesus, that laugh of yours.
Oh my
Smelly.
god.
because Smelly knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do, and it's
Yeah.
fucking hilarious that you're red-green colorblind, and that's like
Yeah.
the only thing.
Hey dude, I had astrology too, okay?
It's that, and then okay, yeah.
I feel so bad for you right now. You have no
and maybe
idea.
there, maybe there's a blob of blue because if you're using Dappy to stain the DNA, but no, otherwise it's just blue. It's just like you have a blue circle, and then I have some color that I don't know what it is. It could
Please
be
tell
red.
me you're
Oh my
not the one
God.
working in immunohistochemistry.
Well, you can make it so that you can have it in separate channels where the black and white.
Yeah, it's
and
still
I
funny.
could always adjust the colors, but it's a bit hard to do in the exam when it's a piece of paper.
Yeah. Okay, so real quick, this is fucking bugging me so badly. His last sentence, I can't wrap my head around it entirely because it's we are perfect as we are without the need for injury. Okay, so
That's a
essentially, like without the need for injury. Okay, so what about going back to my bone thing? What about the bone, the human bone, in any of them, femur, tibia, any of your phalangi, like
any
phalanges,
bone basically.
however, yeah, there are certain amounts of pressure it would take to break each one of these bones, and it's definitely been proven definitively that there's X amount of pressure needed to break X bone, and that sentence indicates that the bones aren't made for that. They're not made for break. Well, no shit, they're not made for breaking. But at a certain point, they're going to do exactly that. Well, but at a certain point,
no,
I'm just saying, working off of his assumption.
Yeah, but his assumption is wrong because the way you strengthen bones and the way you strengthen muscles is literally through injury. Like every time you take a step, you get small cracks in your bone that then heal up and become stronger. That's one of the reasons why when you're in space, your bone mass decreases and you basically get osteoporosis.
Yeah, but I just can't wrap my head around him trying to justify that state. Just that one. Fuck the first two. You could make them as laughable as you want. It's the last one that sort of like, in a small sense, sort of blows me away. That he thinks that the body is somehow designed to be extra resistant to all of this shit that it's clearly just not resistant to.
Well, it's also implying that that he thinks that there are people who think we have a need for, like, I don't think anyone thinks that we have a need to be sick or a need to die.
Yeah,
that's just
nobody invented. No one, the first guy to go parachuting recreationally did not think of building a business off of it so people would die. Like it sort of makes him seem like the intent, like the need, like people do these sort of things that are extreme and weird for the need of injury. Like I doubt race car drivers are like, oh, hope I break my neck today.
I'm just picturing like people bringing their little kid to the doctor and the doctor being like, oh, I'm sorry, he's a bit fucked up. And then he just breaks a bone of the kid. Oh, that is perfect.
There you go. It'll heal and it'll be stronger.
It's okay, we can fix that too.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Exactly.
It's just his whole statement is completely backwards, and I can't even. It's not even super easy to suss out his true intention with that statement.
Trust me. His true intentions will become very clear in a moment.
Well, the fact that he thinks that there's any sort of immortality should fucking scream volumes as it is.
What does MA stands for? I'm pretty sure it doesn't stand for Master in Science.
Mostly stupid.
Mummy sucker?
Multiple sclerosis?
Masters of Sex?
I think it is. I think it literally is meant to be Masters of Science and Family Relations.
He has a bachelor's in psychology.
Wait. How can you have a BA in psychology?
Isn't
By
it a
only going to
Master
a
of
four-year
Sociology?
institution and not moving on to medical school, I suppose.
Isn't
Yeah,
Masters of Sociology?
but I
Family
mean,
relations?
psychology shouldn't that be a Bachelor of Science? It's not. It's
Yeah, yeah, because right now I'm studying biology, but
Psychology.
right now I'm going for a bachelor's of science. It's not a bachelor's in biology.
well,
My degree plan.
I
BA
only thought
means
family relations is a science, though.
No, but it's sociology.
Isn't it associate?
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
it's a social
sociology.
science.
Social science is science.
Oh God, fucking
Yeah.
kill me.
I mean, it's still a science to whatever degree it can be called a science.
Yeah, well, it's called Young Earth Creationism Science as well. So I mean, what can I say?
Well, just because the one bit of social science we hear about is the dumb part doesn't mean all of it is dumb.
Yeah,
Also-
but
Yeah,
like
that's
making
kind
fun
of the point I
okay?
was trying to make.
Yeah,
I
and
like
also-
making fun of it. Jesus,
Oh,
stop,
yeah.
stop spoiling my fun.
No,
Can you
this is
take
an
like
entirely serious
Just
show.
like I use every point in my video to make fun of fucking zoology and microbiology and any sort of organic shit.
Yeah, fuck you for that.
You non-organic scientists are assholes. Most of you suck
You
ass.
make it sound like he's a robot.
Yeah, well, this is also my
Yeah.
sweeping generalization. I just got to make them all seem like fuckhead.
Powerful immortality benefits. You know, being immortal
Okay, so-
sounds like a benefit in itself.
Why is wisdom fire? Like, why is his thing for wisdom
I'm more
a
curious
fire?
about health. That's
Yeah,
kind of
'cause it's an
implied.
act.
That's kind of implied. Like
Yeah,
if you're
it's-
immortal, or I guess you could be immortal, but always being like just being
Imagine just getting older and older
and getting all
and
the
older
diseases, but
and
not being
worse, but still alive.
yeah. Like
Like, you end up just looking like the crypt keeper.
yeah, you end up like this this blob of like still living cells on the floor with no like almost no brain activity and completely cut off from the outside world. And unable to move, but you're still alive because you're immortal.
You know how in ontology you basically redo every step of evolution in the womb? It'd
Yeah,
be like,
kind of. Yeah.
it'd be like kind of reverse because he'd end up being like a blob of goo.
He reverses to like a primordial ooze.
I seriously want to fucking email this guy and ask him if he truly thinks he's going to live forever. Because I'm starting to think, like, as I looked through their website earlier, I was starting to think that maybe he doesn't mean that, like, your physical body will ever... I think it's one of those,
He's talking about death and illness.
Okay,
I don't
well
think he
then-
means that spiritually.
See, I kind of got a spiritual sort of notion from him, that it's sort of like reincarnation, not dying, but maybe I could have been
Having
just...
looked at the website, I don't think it is.
See, I think I was just trying to give him a little more rope to hang himself by.
You can't. He's immortal. It won't work. He'll just hang there.
Yeah, that's right. I guess so.
Well, I mean, he
I love
can,
how-
but the injury is unnecessary.
Yeah. He just won't believe in the injury, and his neck will somehow be able to hold.
Or it'll be like the T-2000. He just turns into liquid metal.
No, the rope.
No Terminator fans in here? All right.
No. The rope dies.
Oh, shit. I just wonder what his... I want to hear what his take on, like, everything is. Like, animals, insects.
I want to know what he thinks predation is.
Yeah, well, I mean, if I want to be immortal, I at least want to have my cat be immortal as well. I mean, come on, that's just logical.
Well, yeah, you're gonna need company. Like, if you're gonna be immortal,
Oh, well, I'm
find
happy
someone
it's not
else to
about
be
your cat.
immortal with that you could spend an eternity with. Because, let's face it, if you're immortal, you're gonna watch everyone you love ever die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's going to be sad.
That's gotta be sad. So find someone you can share the experience with.
Yeah, make sure they're a sentient, conscious being. Like somebody who can articulate their word, their thoughts and feelings.
Ooh, that could actually be a fun science fiction story. Someone who has lived forever and has gone completely mental because of it. I'm sure. I'm sure they've already been done.
But here's the twist in our story. He has a cat who is simultaneously also going insane, but he just can't articulate it. And then you got like a story from two perspectives, and it's through the eyes of an immortal cat who's going crazy, and through a man that's going crazy.
Wow, we went down a rabbit hole.
We'll call it somebody in the chat. Think of a good name. What's the name of our story about two people, or a guy and a cat that live forever? They can't talk to one another who are going. God, that's a convoluted. You can't. Usually, if you can't sum up your movie or your book in one sentence, it's not a good idea. So
it needs a better blob on the back cover.
Yeah, we're gonna have blurbs from like
blurbs. That's the word.
Paper corporations and like magazines that are just like one word quotes that are like, what? New York Times.
Well, we need a blurb from this guy.
I thought the story was better from the cat's perspective. John Harrigan. Okay, so heal, be strong, and live forever. All right, so I guess I missed that little nugget. Take our powerful online courses. Do Qi. Would that be Qigong?
Qigong.
Qigong. Okay. For immortality, discover your core of wisdom, strength, and love. Know the peace of your soul.
That sounds
what?
Whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah. How much are his courses? Did anybody look?
I don't. There's a workshop.
Yeah, but
I don't think it says. I think you have to call him to figure that out.
See, that's a step I'm just not willing to make. There's got to be something on here to indicate what he feels is the appropriate amount. Oh, there we go. Oh no, that's a number. 850-710-0898.
Don't call or email this person. Don't send him viruses.
Yeah, just leave him alone. I was trying to suss out what the numbers were. Leave him alone. Don't be a dick.
See.
Yeah, they might come and fucking
let's read a bit about John, shall we?
Oh yay! Somebody else read.
Yeah.
Plus hasn't read anything yet, has she?
No,
ever.
Ever. So go ahead.
In fact, she can't read.
Oh my god.
Okay. Author of the books The Secret to Immortality and Qigong and Spiritual Growth, John's life mission is building mass awareness of our ability to live healthy, happy, and immortal human lives.
As opposed to living
Can we just back up there? Can we just back up there? Did anyone find weird that she perfectly pronounced that name without making fun of it? She is a better person than us, all of us.
What?
The secret to immortality and Qigong and spiritual growth. You know you're not supposed to put "and" in between everything when you list them.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, you can use commas.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he's not too much into comas, He just wants to live forever, but doesn't want to use comas.
Fuck the rules of grammar. I'm gonna live forever.
Maybe he is immortal. He's so old he predates the comma.
Maybe he's trying
to see the
tell us something.
But one of the ands is actually part of the title. So I mean, we can give him a slight pass there because the Qigong and spiritual growth, like that's the title of the book.
No, it's one long title. Because
oh my god, really?
The other and is also in italics.
See, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt.
No,
I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. We should Google it.
No,
okay, yeah, I think you might be right that it's actually
2 books.
Yeah.
Yeah. See. B.
Oh, he just.
Whoa! Okay, go back to the book.
How much is it for the books?
So it's not a grammatical fail. It's a formatting fail.
Italics. Yeah, it's an italics fail. It's only $4.
Well, that's the Kindle edition. If you get the paperback, it's 10.
If that is the cost for being immortal,
yeah.
I mean, guys, come on. I think this is a no-brainer.
I love how the suggested book is Crosshairs on Castro.
Yeah, I was just gonna.
I wonder if it's the same John Harrington. Oh my God! Please be the same John Harrington.
Harrington.
Is it Harrington? Oh, it is. See, it's because everything's so tiny.
Both of them are Harrington, by the way.
Career service, Latin American. Yeah. Wait, did it say a Latin American professor?
Yeah, he's like a.
Okay.
No,
I didn't want to get
service
that
guy.
wrong.
I think.
Yeah. That would have been
foreign service in Latin. I don't
cool
think it's the same.
He lives with his wife Sandy in Minnesota.
Apparently,
it was in his little blurb.
We also being suggested
gastroenterology. It's the German version.
It's the German.
Yeah, that's
German book on gastroenterological and endoscopy.
Yeah. I love how it's basically the same thing in German than it would be in English. Like it's kind of close.
There are no reviews.
Language is something in common.
All right, so what's the reviews? Let's see.
They're all 5 stars.
They're glowing. Yeah, they're glowing reviews. We got Wait, what does that say?
Wait, there's cat supplies?
I love how his picture is the same thing everywhere. That one same fucking picture that looks like a stock picture of a grandpa.
Look where this starts. Hello, I'm an author.
Hello, I'm Beethoven.
Yeah, exactly.
This reminds me of Logic's videos. Hello, I am the chemist.
Yeah.
John Morris Pendleton.
Yeah, or like Directo said, the hello, I'm Kent Hovind.
Hello,
that's good.
My name is Kent Hovind.
See, now I have that song from Logic's video stuck in my head.
What's the guy called?
Like you're a fucktard, aren't you, Kent?
Yeah, that's from. What's he called?
Aren't you, Kent?
Yeah, he's that's gonna annoy me.
Can always Google it.
I'm doing that.
Google.
What?
Yeah, Chris Bow. That's the yeah. And then the Living Dinosaur did a fancy remake with their graphics.
Ooh.
Right, so
yeah. Go watch.
I love
Kent Hovind if you haven't.
I love the third review down. How it starts: uplifting, easy to follow. It's the easy to follow part that I'm just like.
Good for any fan or none.
Every book should be easy to follow. Otherwise, it'd be confusing and it wouldn't make sense.
Have you ever read a Tom Clancy book?
Yeah.
No, I've never read a Tom Clancy book.
I like his books, but Jesus fucking Christ. With ADHD, you have to reread a page like several times.
Well, see, my favorite author...
Have you ever tried to read the H.G. Wells' The Time Machine, like the original actual book? It is so long-winded you lose track of beginning of the sentence said.
Well, I don't think I've ever read Have you ever read? Are you trying to say there's 2 versions of it?
No, but there's been many.
Oh, because I've read The Time Machine.
No, there's one version. It was really worded. What is that?
Oh, well, I mean, it was easy to read for me. The only book I felt was particularly hard to read was anything by Tom Wolfe, because that motherfucker's long-winded.
It seems we've just went into a tangent, and from that tangent branched off into another tangent.
Oh, but one of my favorite writers is Chad Culkin.
Nothing out of the ordinary?
Yeah.
Y'all need to go read, everyone go read The Average American Male. It's fucking amazing.
That's someone. Someone, please read this line.
This book is a very good combination of psychology, metaphysics, and Qigong wisdom.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of like really up to date, like really like high research class, like university level psychology and metaphysics in this.
I mean, maybe it's just a lot of feel good stuff.
No, that's exactly what it is. It's exercises and with a lot of like feel good shit on top.
I mean,
that guy looks like an
doesn't have to be
actor.
something bad.
Oh, he does look.
He looks like there's an American actor that he looks a lot like.
There's a lot of American actors.
Yeah, but this guy's pretty noticeable.
Right?
Oh, well, I'm trying. I can't even
He
think of
also
anything
kind
that
of
he was
looks like
in.
a nutcracker.
He looks like a mix between John Larroquette and fucking a bunch of people. Oh, like he looks a lot like Chevy Chase nowadays. I guess I'm the only one that really gives a shit about any of this, so we can move on.
Mad world.
Okay, let's see. John has worked. I'm not sure why it has to start out being in gold. It's a bit weird. John has worked on The Secret to Immortality for more than 40 years. It took him that long to write the book.
That's what it sounds like.
That's the title of the book, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Apparently, it's either a really long book or he's really slow at writing.
I mean, how long did it take you to find immortality?
Fair point.
Okay.
It is his goal, mission, and life purpose. So his life purpose is to be immortal?
If I'm not mistaken, if you just expose yourself to a really, really, really high dose of radiation, you get turned into a ghoul and you get to live forever. I mean
That's
Fallout
true.
has it.
That's sound advice, and I know somebody that could corroborate that advice. Marie Curie.
But she died then.
No,
Yeah, but she
get it?
No.
Because she died?
Marie Curie didn't actually die. That's the conspiracy. In reality, she turned into a ghoul and is now locked in a government basement somewhere.
Didn't her husband get run over by a horse carriage?
Possibly.
I think we should Google that.
Living in the middle of the earth with the Hollow Earth people.
Hey, real quick, if anybody wants to know somebody really cool to go look up, Marie Swan Levitt. She's cool. Anyway, continue.
Someone read. Dan, you haven't read yet.
Yeah.
That's because I'm eating.
Okay, by a process of disciplined intent, Qigong, and specialized training, John has pursued this human possibility with singular focus.
Okay, two things. What the fuck is disciplined intent?
Yeah, I have no idea. It's where like I want a bike, but all you think about is a bike, and you'll fuck over anybody for that bike, and you'll do anything at all means by any means to get that fucking bike.
Also,
that's disciplined intent.
I'm assuming a singular focus is that's the only thing you focus on, but is that a real phrase? Is that correct English? Because I've never heard that.
I think they're taking liberties because it doesn't. I mean, it just sounds wrong, you know.
Yeah, but I know what they mean.
But if you want to do something so big, you're allowed to think a bit outside of the box if you want to do something as big as immortality.
Yeah, well, I think the thing that would break the flow and make it sound a little better is if it was said with human possibility with a singular focus. It would make a little more sense. At least it would be easier to read because it's a little jarring with the way that it's stated. I'm sure that there's a grammatical error in there somewhere because let's face it, all of these people, you know, it's human nature. Everybody's bound to fuck up, especially whenever they're in a hurry to get their shitty website out.
Dan, are you still eating?
No, I'm fine now.
Okay. Please read.
Excuse me. A sixth generation of Wudangate Kujonki Master. What the fuck that?
I know, that's a whole bunch. That's a mouthful, ain't it?
Let me just be serious. A sixth generation of Wudangate Qigong Master.
I'm assuming that means something in Chinese. Well, Mandarin, since Chinese is not actually a thing.
A sixth generation Wudangate Qigong Master. That just sounds so made up, though. Anyways.
Well, it is like I'm sure the words are real and mean something, but no, it's all made up.
Qigong Master. So that means there's been 6 generations of people practicing this.
Yeah.
I wonder how many of them are alive.
Okay, so real quick, we've all seen the episode, or all seen the show An Idiot Abroad, right?
Yeah.
Show with Carl Pilkington. All right, so in the India episode in season 1, he goes and sees a spiritual master, and that guy makes a lot of fucking like weird claims, and it just like that, because you can't find much about the dude on the internet. You can find more about that weird toothed guy that's like his sidekick than you can about him. But I feel the same way I do about that guy that I do about this. Like, there's so much I want to know, but I just don't care to look for any of it. Like, I wish like right now a video would interject and like interrupt us all and just tell us everything we need to know and give it to us in a nice condensed package because I'm American.
That would be nice.
Because all of this is so interesting and sort of like you're just you can't help but be curious about these people and their weird the way that they rationalize some of this shit in their head. But it's just these fun little mysteries, like what's a 6th generation Wu Dang Gate Qi Gong master?
I'm pretty sure it's Gate. Wu Dang.
You know what? I'm trying to put some emphasis on it and make it sound a little better.
Wu Dang Gate Qi Gong, but just like read it in like straight out, not even trying to pronounce it correctly.
John specializes in medical Qi Gong. And
what is that?
Not a thing. That's what it is.
It's a Qigong.
Is it something like you move your hands around someone and somehow move the energies and stuff?
Yeah, that's Reiki. That's Reiki.
No. It's like it's a form of like exercise, basically. It
like
used
Tai
to.
Tai Chi.
Yeah, it's similar to Tai Chi. Tai Chi, like the two things are different.
So it's like you do exercise, but like really, really slowly.
Yeah, and you have like focus on breathing and stuff. It actually originally used to be a martial art where you obviously did it quicker. But now no one actually fights.
So it's the thing
the only true.
Like you go to the park and there's like a bunch of old people doing it.
Well, the only true benefit. The only true benefit to doing Tai Chi as opposed to doing regular conventional exercise is you don't get the buildup of lactic acid. So there's that. Hey, no muscle ache. That was a legitimate point.
There are benefits, right? Like it's not like it's unhealthy to do it.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like it's one of those things that like you would never if you're trying to get like a bodybuilder's physique. There's not. I guarantee there's no bodybuilder out there that's like, look at my results I got from Tai Chi. Like,
I mean, it's certainly better than stuffing your face with donuts, but
I think it's kind of equivalent to doing yoga. I think they sort of have the same.
Yeah, but I thought the only point about yoga was yoga pants.
well, it is exaggerated stretching that does induce boners.
Okay, complete tangent here. There's a place nearby that does hot yoga, which I didn't know was a thing.
Oh yeah, there's tons of them here.
Yeah, but I just recently found out of this where like it says on the window to this place, it says 35 degrees centigrade, 65 minutes. So it's So it's basically like you do exercise for over an hour. I'm not sure why it's 65 minutes. That's a bit random number. In 45-degree heat, like it's yoga. It's not like vigorous exercise, but you're still moving around. It's basically like, oh, do you like losing a lot of water?
Yeah. Do you want all the benefits of going in a sauna without actually sitting in a sauna?
Just come to South Africa instead.
Yeah.
Bring an AK. You're gonna need it.
My first thought was, wait, they're doing yoga for lizards now?
There's just a big heat lamp.
We're getting a sidetrack. We're forgetting about the most important point. And the fact is that this guy studied over 20 years with a renowned Qigong grandmaster and traditional Chinese physician from Beijing, China.
Ooh.
Yeah, and how did he in all of that time with that master, how did he sneak in time to work on that book he's been working on for 40 years?
Maybe that's why it took him 40 years, because he didn't have a lot of time. Kind of like
he's definitely 60.
Oh no, he's me. I take a long time to make a video because I don't have the time.
Same here. I guess we're both him.
He's us. Oh no. He's us from the future.
Oh no, I'm a 60-year-old that looks like the cross between two shitty actors.
Yeah. Wait, does that mean that's how he gained immortality? Time travel.
He's doing that shit like from what was that movie where the guy like steals people's souls and okay, move on.
What about the next paragraph is the best.
Yeah.
No, I think the best one is his education.
At the age of 13, John began the practice of meditation and study of Eastern religions, mystic literature, and the secrets of immortality, while the rest of his friends started masturbating.
Why am I just seeing this guy sitting with a bunch of fucking manga in the background?
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's got a cache of.
I did read mangas. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
so did I.
But then again,
I mean, yeah, so did I.
And anime is cool, okay?
Hey, they pass time.
But I just love because that's totally
Why
what
is cool when you
what a normal 13-year-old does.
Yeah,
totally into meditation and studying mystic literature and the secret to immortality.
Nassim Haramein would get you to think that he was a master at calculus at 11, so I guess these people think anything's possible.
Shit that happened.
But look, there's a two-word...
happened land or something like that, I don't know.
Look, in the next one, there's two words that fall one after the other that I think is fucking just, surface level funny.
Oh, I was just thinking of these posts you see on Reddit and stuff, where the parent claims that her 8-year-old daughter just came up to her and asked her some really philosophical, thought-provoking question.
Yeah.
You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Where some of them it's obviously bullshit. Some of them are like, okay, yeah, they may have asked that, but they didn't actually understand the implications. But most of them are like obvious bullshit that the child would never think about.
Well, I'm sure all of us have seen that meme, and it's Neil deGrasse Tyson at a conference, and like an 11-year-old or a 10-year-old kid comes up and asks him some really deep question about black holes, and Tyson asks him how old he is, and he's like, "You don't belong in the 6th grade, you belong in the 12th grade." Just because kids his age don't think about shit like that anymore, and it's sort of the same thing. Like,
what do you mean anymore? Kids his age never thought about things like that.
Well, no. I meant like, so who was it that said that? I think it was Carl Sagan said that kids in younger grades are more inquisitive about science, but as you grow older, it sort of dies.
Yeah, but they're also dumber.
Kids are really curious. Kids are really curious, and as you get older...
Yeah, but they're also easily duped and more likely to fall victim to their own biases.
Yeah, and that's all I meant, was not later. I'm just saying, like as they get older.
That because I can remember some of the questions I used to ask about planets when I was in, I think, the 5th grade. I mean, I asked these questions, but for the life of me, I would never understood the answers to them.
Yeah.
Well, whenever I was in like 5th grade, we were doing some like coloring thing for science class where we were supposed to be coloring animals and shit the right color, and we would learn about the parts of the body by doing this. And I painted, I got a dinosaur for some reason, which I thought was weird.
Yay.
and I colored it all
Wait,
weird.
so
and my teacher,
a creature we didn't know the color of.
yeah, seriously, I'm gonna get to that. So I didn't know what color a dinosaur should be because I mean I saw Jurassic Park, but I was like, brown's boring, just one thing that's sort of like a gray muted brown, and
T-Rex is
so
more
I just colored him like 6 or 7 different colors, and I remember my teacher being like, "Oh, that's not the right color of a dinosaur," and I thought I didn't say it out loud, but I was thinking like, what fucking color is a dinosaur though? Like
that is a very this is a believable thing I can think of a quick kid asking.
But that's just common sense. I mean, we know the color of some dinosaurs because we've actually found the color structures in the remnants of feathers. Or Archaeopteryx, for example, was like black, dark gray.
Yeah, but I always when I think back about that, I just always wonder, like, how the fuck was I supposed to know that? I don't know what color a dinosaur is. I wasn't going to believe, even at that age, I kind of thought, like, all right, maybe movies don't tell the whole story sometimes.
Can we just like take this moment to laugh at Katie because she's completely failing with her phone or computer or whatever.
Oh.
This is beautiful. You're literally laughing and you're despair, Katie.
I'm with you there. I misspell things and I'm trying to write quickly to all the time.
I can't spell for the fucking life of me.
I can spell really well.
Yeah, and Yellow is correct. It's very possible that baby T-Rexes or the T-Rexes shouldn't be like that. It's large T dot space Rex with small R, and it's supposed to be in italics. Sorry.
Just Micro, did you see in my little bit of a tangent? You see my video I did on Carl Bar? Did you see how I wrote fuck, what's that Tetrasaur's name? Yeah. Did you see how I wrote it in that video?
No.
I did it like you said. I did in italics.
Yeah.
Because I knew
that's what you're supposed to do.
Because I knew when I was going to just write normally, and I just heard Micro's voice and his cringe when he sees Latin names not in italics. So I was like, this has to be in italics.
Well, yeah, you can't do it in italics in the chat, obviously. But anyway, yeah. But baby T-Rexes and possibly adult T-Rexes had fluff. They had proto feathers, which is adorable.
Wow.
Look at my
isn't proto feather basically like 1 or 2 filaments?
Depends. The earliest one would basically have been a 1, but then you get up to things that basically like resemble like not down per se, but kind of with multiple feathers, which is like it's just like a tuft of the fibers coming from a central point.
I have to admit this.
They would look more hairy than feathery, right?
Yeah, but the underlying structure of it is
so basically they're
feathers.
like massive mammoths.
They would look so cool though. I'm just picturing these little like Kelly said with downy feathers and these little tiny arms. This is adorable.
So cute. Oh yeah, it would be adorable. I would love to have one as a pet.
Yes.
Before it inevitably mauled me.
Yes.
Oh, it's so cute.
That's adorable.
I just want to scratch it on its little head. Or its huge head. Its giant head. It's fucking massive.
That does actually look quite menacing.
When it still look cool. Not sure why there's a picture of a guinea pig.
Oh, I love how the one with
cool.
with
Someone
wings.
made a
xenomorph.
T-Rex. That's cool.
Fucking deviant art.
Oh my god, there's like an inflated one.
It's a little fluffy T-Rex. So cute.
No, that's a chocobo. That's a giant chocobo.
Yeah, but it will nom you in one bite.
Is it? Holy shit!
I mean, that's
I mean, come on.
That looks so cool, though.
Yeah.
That looks like that motherfucker from Primal Rage. What was it called?
I can't spell. This is my favorite dinosaur.
Oh, hell yeah. That looks badass.
Microblogganism GUI. 4 fucking wings.
That's impressive. They're doing some
Look up the characters. Somebody in the chat probably knows the dinosaur thing from Primal Rage. No, Killer Instinct, not Primal Rage.
Oh, Riptor.
Yeah, Riptor!
Which one will we feel like a genetically modified raptor?
Man, I don't remember.
I
just remember he was a character in that game.
I only remember it because Death Battle, the show Death Battle, internet show, they did a battle between Riptor and Yoshi.
Look, the one thing I took. Look, Turok came out around the same time that Killer Instinct Gold came out, and I was totally into the Turok series. And the only thing I took away from Killer Instinct Gold was combo breaker, and then everything else I completely forgot. Because that shit just stuck out. I laughed so hard the first time I heard it, because it was like the toasty guy from Mortal Kombat. It was just random.
This reminds me of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
toasty.
No. And actually, not Mortal Kombat. Unreal Tournament.
Unreal Tournament, yeah.
There we fucking.
Anybody remember Shaq Fu? Shaq Fu? Anybody? Had a bunch of dinosaurs and a basketball player. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's read on so I can actually get to something else than just his education. I know
there was also a fighting game that was all dinosaurs.
Yes, Jurassic Park Warpath.
No, it was different than that. It was like an actual.
No,
it was like a fighting game.
Warpath was an actual fighting game with dinosaurs.
I think the best Jurassic Park game I ever played was Jurassic Park Operation Genesis.
I think that was Primal Rage.
Where you have to build your little islands and have like little dinosaurs and make them use the park.
No, wait. Were you building? Was it side A or B? You were building. You were supposed to be building.
Eh? What do you mean side A or B?
There are two. Like there's the first in the first Jurassic Park. That's side A. All the dinosaurs on that island are dead because they genetically modified them so they couldn't. So they needed a specific amino acid that they couldn't get. That they had to give them. So they all dead.
Dude.
Yeah, that's sad. Okay. What's the wonder in the second?
Back to the surface, yeah. You're going.
In the second wonder, on side B.
Way too deep for me.
I used to be a huge nerd about Jurassic Park.
Probably A.
Dude, I loved the Jurassic Park Game Gear game.
I can't because I can't remember these things replicating, so I think it must have been A. No, you could make them breed. Yes, it's B. But yeah, then a big T-Rex comes, breaks your gates, and then eats up people. That was awesome. It's the best shit ever. You see the little fucker running.
You could do that in Zoo Tycoon. There was an expansion into Zoo Tycoon where there are dinosaurs.
Yeah, you got a T-Rex and like a raptor.
Yeah, and there was also, for some reason, there was also like mythical creatures. You could get a Yeti and like and the Loch Ness monster. And for some reason, the Loch Ness monster really wanted you to put plesiosaurs in the enclosure with it. But if you did that, because they're so different, the plesiosaurs wouldn't be happy with it. I never figured out how if you were supposed to how you're supposed to keep them together without like either one becoming unhappy.
But in Operation Genesis, obviously all the dinosaurs came from different periods. So you get like nerd points or like accuracy points for having dinosaurs of the same period together.
And, nice.
Yeah, so if you put dinosaurs from completely different periods, some visitors will notice that and go, "This is bullshit." But then,
go ahead.
If you can have parks where you can simulate the entire ecosystem with dinosaurs breeding and other dinosaurs eating other dinosaurs, and then the hunting stuff. The visitors seem to very like the bloody hunting stuff.
Mm.
There's a
popular
video
reason, yeah.
game. There's a
Guys.
game on the Steam
We should
store that's
probably
called
get
Guys,
into
we
Intelligent
haven't
Design.
checked the first step to immortality even.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
We're gonna end up like the dinosaurs. No,
But
wait,
here,
we're not.
real quick,
Extinct.
there's an evolutionary sandbox game on Steam called Intelligent Design.
What?
It's hilarious. I swear it's on the Steam store. You can go look it up. It's called
This sounds too good.
it's called Intelligent Design, and it's an evolution sandbox game.
But okay, it can't. If it's called intelligent design, it can't be an evolution sandbox.
Hey man, don't levy your shit at me. Create a Steam account and go put it in their comments.
What do you mean create a Steam account?
Okay, sign into your Steam account. Go
Thanks.
do something about it.
One game that does look really beautiful is Saurian. I don't know if you've seen it. It's like you're a dinosaur, you're supposed to survive, and it's like really beautifully made.
I would love to play that. There are actually a bunch of really good free-to-play games that are beautiful.
Well, this one's not free to play.
Well, there's a
Okay.
puzzle. There's a real-time puzzle game, like a first-person puzzle game. That's I forget what it's called, but it's fucking weird and it's actually really good. I'll get on my computer and figure it out. Probably, but it's not a big deal. We should read the next thing. Okay, so John's education includes a bachelor's in psychology and an MS. We're gonna say master's of science. Just 'cause
No,
we're not
BA
sure.
is a bachelor's of the arts.
Yeah.
Of arts, and MS is master of science.
Okay.
Oh, that sounds so cool when you say it out loud. Master of science.
Yeah, it does. In his work experience, John has been a nonprofit executive. How does that make sense?
You're extended
Family
executive,
counselor.
but don't get paid.
Here's my favorite part: college teacher. Yeah, it just doesn't sound. I'm sure that he probably is, but it just doesn't sound right. And ski instructor, the most important of his qualifications.
Yeah, see that I can believe.
I love that they just tacked that on right there at the end, like they needed a fifth thing or fourth thing. Excuse me.
No, fifth. Wait, no, fourth. I can't count.
If you're not counting his education, I was counting the things they list at the end.
Yeah. Today, John writes, speaks, and teaches about our natural ability to live healthy, happy, and immortal human lives. Two things. First of all, immortal human lives as opposed to what? Are you saying we live immortal cat lives?
No, we're living cat lives where we die, but we don't get 9.
Secondly, if it's a natural ability to do this, why do we need to be taught it?
Right?
You know
Shouldn't you just instinctively know?
Because I think.
Well, I guess you wouldn't.
I think I know where he's going there. You know, in Star Wars, where
This is gonna be like a midichlorians argument.
no.
Yeah, I see where you're going.
Yeah, where Obi-Wan is like, if you strike me down, I'll become more powerful than you'll ever imagine, and he goes, shoop, poof, gone, and then poof, I'm a ghost. I think this is what he's talking about.
Oh, I thought you meant
shit.
that the Force is an innate thing, but you have to train it. So it's a natural ability, but it doesn't work fully until you actually train and focus on it.
Yeah, so like, yeah, but you guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I get it.
So
It's like
maybe,
he's Qui-Gon Jinn.
yes.
He does have the face, though.
Yeah, he does. He does have that Liam Neeson about him.
Just doesn't have the halo.
No, he doesn't. He also has
So
his kids.
I went to the blog earlier and look what it was. And the latest blog post is this.
Yeah, they laughed when I said I knew the secret to immortality.
I wonder why.
Yeah, let's read it. We gotta read
these
this.
people who just laugh in, like, there's just a group and they're like, we're gonna laugh as an exercise.
Oh my god.
I mean, laughing is healthy, but it's not that great of an
Okay.
exercise.
They laughed, and then they listened.
Dun, dun,
Yeah, because they needed more to laugh at. That joke got old, so they were waiting for something new to laugh at.
That's a good point. So it's gonna
They were
read
sick of the old meme. They were looking for some spicier new ones.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna read that one.
I can
You
read
know
it.
what? Fuck it. Yeah, you do it, girly pants.
Love to
I don't think
lead
it's her pants.
It's
usually what's inside the
awareness to an open mind. An open mind is required to consider the thought that we may not have to die, that the pain and hardship of life may be of our own making, something we can change.
Wait. So if I get malaria, it's
You
my
can
own
laugh it
fault?
off.
Laugh it off, dude. AIDS, fuck it, laugh it off. Just you're gonna laugh a bit harder than what you would laugh if you get Ebola.
Oh, so what you're telling me is that people that die every year from car accidents just weren't listening to the right comedy podcast.
Exactly.
I get it.
Exactly.
I get it. I see what you're saying.
They were listening to the wrong ones and getting distracted.
I mean,
There
do
you
you
go.
see a lot
Yep.
of people laughing on their deathbed? Exactly.
This is a good point, you know.
I don't know. I've never seen a clown on his deathbed.
Oh, that is a sad sight.
Oh,
A clown on his deathbed?
That is like that's a
Please,
fucking
ladies.
art piece.
That is some fucking modern art
That's
right
so-
there.
That's the one that John Wayne Gacy forgot to paint. Was clown on his deathbed. Alright, that joke may not scan, so I'll explain it. John Wayne Gacy was a murderer who was also a painter and a clown.
Yes, I know exactly what That's the best joke you've ever made.
Yeah, that is.
There's a rock band. There's a rock band from Tennessee that uses Gacy paintings as their cover art. It's a band called Acid Bath.
Beautiful.
Yeah, they came out of that 90s Pantera corrosion of conformity style of music.
The topic of immortality can make some people uneasy if their commitment to death has never before been challenged.
Jesus, dude,
Their
this suddenly
commitment
sounds.
to death.
This suddenly sounds very, very dark.
Yeah. I don't know, like I know people who are obsessed with death because they're supposed to be like they want to be super itchy and stuff. Oh, yeah, I could go on a great tangent here. Yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. So one of my colleagues, who's also a biology student, she went on a date with this guy, and then like she's not like like itchy or like dark in any way, shape, or form. But she had some pictures of the dissection she did because she's studying biology. You get it's an occupational damage basically. You get used to that stuff and think it's cool. But the guy she was on a date with was like, "Oh, that's so cool. You're so dark and edgy." I'm paraphrasing here.
Ooh, yeah,
Holy shit!
It is like and like it's to paraphrase her words. At that moment, she knew the date was over.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's good I never took pictures of dissections of humans.
Then sent it to me. That would have been very strange. And
and highly
Those things make
unethical.
me sick. Ugh.
Oh, this was like a mouse.
Yeah. Hey, you know what's really hard? Taking pictures down a fucking viewfinder of a telescope with a cell phone. It's really
No. Not that hard.
Yeah, well,
dude, I haven't gotten used to it yet. I almost failed a lab because I couldn't get a clear picture.
But the lab didn't have
No, part of the lab was to get the picture.
Why?
You know what I'm saying?
You can get I have a fucking camera for my microscope.
Oh yeah, I don't have one of those.
Draw everything.
What?
Yeah, well, we did have to draw it, but we also had to get a picture for reference because dude. Don't ask me what the reasoning was. It was just part of the lab.
I became pretty good at drawing rock thin sections.
Well,
What a good
you know,
boy.
in biology, when you look at like a plant cell or a skin cell, it's pretty basic. I mean, you don't really need a
It's
lot
a
of
square with a circle in it.
pretty much. There's nuances in there, but not many. So it's super easy, but for some reason, yeah, see, that's about what it is. But show like an actual under the microscope, not an artist's rendition. See, there you go.
Look, square
I mean, as
with
long
a
as you get
circle
the
in
fucking
it.
cell, yeah, as long as you get the cell wall and nucleus
This
to
is
be
a
like
good one.
clear, and there's cleared, yeah,
That's a
wow.
The fuck?
But yeah, it's
this?
just fucking awesome. I don't know what it is, but it looks cool.
Can you
It's a
Google
plug.
granite thin section?
I'm gonna hit the. In my defense, the wire for my microphone is going across the keyboard.
Excuses. They're like assholes. Everyone's got one. And they all stink.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's like a fucking abstract painting.
Holy shit!
And you have to make sense.
It
of
looks
that.
like camouflage.
I know, right? That's under
That first one.
Ooh, this one is good.
Yeah, that's when you put
Wow.
under polarized light.
Oh, here they
Yeah,
actually named
It does
it.
look like
I'm assuming
it looks like modern
QC sets is quartz.
Quartz, and then you have the BT is biotite.
What's the
And,
PL?
What's a PL?
Probably phlogified. Or
You're
Phlogified?
just making these up.
Yeah, that's not a real word. You just make a noise and put
Phlogified.
a tide at the end.
No, it's not phlogified. Sorry, this is plagioclase. Plagioclase feldspar. Look at the
We're just gonna nod, but we have no clue.
Are you just using rappers' names? This is the Waka Flocka Flames. This is the J Easy. This down here is the Logic.
I'm dead serious.
Wait, why does the
I know, I'm just fucking with you.
okay? This is gonna go in a thing. Why is the two chords not? They look completely different.
Yeah, because they're different. They're taken for a different axis.
Oh, it's polarized.
Yeah. So if you change the axis, it changes the color.
Oh, okay. It's that explains it. Anyways,
That actually makes a lot of sense.
I was fucking good at that shit. I loved it so much.
when people are tense and unsure, they can sometimes laugh. Yeah, that's called nervous laughter. It's a bit concerning that he apparently hears that a lot. Like that, it's a relief. Well, technically, yeah, it's a relief for the energy stored up in your brain. That's one of the theories of why we laugh. Not energy in that sense, like activity in the brain. It's a relief, and I certainly don't blame him. And that's good. At least he doesn't blame us for laughing at him. So we laugh away.
This is the one thing.
Yeah.
If AI understands jokes and laughs, I would be truly scared. Up until that point, not scared at all.
In talking to someone new about human immortality, pause for laughter. There can be laughter and disbelief. Pause for second arouse of laughter.
Often the date ends, and she wants you to drive her home.
Often this is followed by the words "check, please."
Don't call me back.
Yeah, lose my number. I almost said when the slaughter.
Oh, my friend is calling.
Answer. We'll continue.
I think that was
All
the
right.
joke.
No, that was a joke.
Oh, see, I would have been the dipshit on the date. They wouldn't have realized that the date's coming to an end. I thought you were being legit. I'm dumb. When the laughter subsides, I say the following. All right. We create this world by what we think, say, and do, day by day, year after year.
That's
Oh
nice.
boy!
That sounds. No, it doesn't really sound nice.
That's flowery. I mean, that's some flowery language. It sounds appealing.
Meaningless quote of the day.
It's one of these
Who's
sentences that
quoting?
doesn't mean
I want to
anything.
create that Twitter account.
Oh, he's quoting himself.
I want to create that Twitter account just every day. Like, you probably make a bot that does it. Just like some meaningless, completely nonsense quote from no one.
You should do like John Oliver did with I think because John Oliver did the totally or the definitely historical quotes or whatever the hell, where it's like, yeah, I say it, Biscotti. What's wrong with that? Like Thomas Jefferson. Is there another way?
You should read on.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can change life from a place of hardship, pain, and death. Sorry,
How
it's
do
just
you
so hard
change
to
your
read this
life
because it's
from
so
a place
stupid.
of death?
Yeah, like
We can change life from a place of death.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much the end at that point.
I think that's called resuscitation.
But to a world of kindness, goodwill, and immortal progression.
Okay, kindness and goodwill is not the opposite of hardship, and pain. You can have a world where both kindness, goodwill, hardship, and pain exist. It's called the one we live in.
Yeah, and the only thing that's diametric.
The only thing here that isn't there is immortal progression.
Like,
I'm not even sure what immortal progression means.
It's not even sensical. I mean,
that's not a word.
You can't have kindness and goodwill if there's no such thing as hardship and pain, you know?
Yeah.
You can't be kind to someone if you're not trying to do something that's making them more comfortable, you know?
Yeah, if everyone's perfect, you
can't be more perfect than if you're perfect, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, like in that Ricky Gervais movie where it's like nobody can lie. It's like, how do they know what lying is if everybody's honest? You know?
Qigong for immortality can help. He's making it sound like that sentence makes it sound like immortality is some kind of disease, and you will take Qigong for it.
Yeah.
Like it's a very medical advert.
I got a bad case of immortality, bro. I need some Qigong post-haste.
It's like an ointment you put on your skin or something, like a topical.
I had sex with a genderless alien last night, guys. I need me some Qigong. Sorry, I guess you need to know about the genderless alien thing for that to be funny.
Yeah, that kind of... Okay, can we read through this quickly? I want to get to this.
Yeah, let's just do this. Who wants to start at I Met an Immortal? I want to get to I Met an Immortal.
Yeah, but what seems absurd can be the best reality. That's not even a sentence.
For some, the idea of physical immortality seems absurd. For others, immortality makes perfect sense.
Okay, so there are smart people and stupid people. Got it.
So I was born to be immortal and have been on this path by conscious choice since the age of 15.
Wait, okay. You can't just say, I want to be immortal, and then, that's not how the universe works.
But you know, to be fair, I want to be immortal is one of those things that you think about when you're 15.
But the thing is, if he's actually immortal, how can he say he's been immortal from the age of 15?
Yeah, exactly. It's nonsensical.
Start somewhere. Like
I wonder if that's a picture of him as... That kid looks awfully young to be 15.
I think it's just a random picture he took. Considering his age, that's not a photo of him.
Now look at the bottom where it says,
on a mission.
I was on a mission at the age of 7 to 8. From there.
Oh, see, I can't see that part because I had it covered up.
But like, I mean...
Because the way I'm seeing it, y'all are covering up most of the page.
Oh.
Oh, just the panel of faces. You know what I'm saying?
We're nothing but a panel of faces.
You're nothing but a panel of faces.
That is from a crappy sci-fi B movie.
Oh, I I just stabbed myself with a screwdriver.
Are you
What?
bleeding?
No.
No, I didn't.
Why are you
bleed.
injuring yourself?
Just like if you do bleed, just don't pass out.
You took a choice. Why are you taking the choice to injure yourself?
I was trying to get my battery pack off the back of my e-cig because it's really thin. I can't get my nail in it, and I slipped past it and slapped myself in the knee with it.
Dude,
Early childhood had always been a
happens so
seeker. I'm not sure why a seeker is in quotation marks. Also,
Like
the
Harry
comma,
Potter?
comma shouldn't be inside the quotation marks. It should be outside in that when you put it like that.
Well, I think he used seeker because it sounds a lot better than curious.
Wanting to know the secret to life. It's a series, a long series of chemical reactions.
Well, I love how he capitalized life and secret and put it in quotes, like he was trying to figure out,
He can write it however he wants. It's complex chemistry.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
That's true. Yes, but it just makes it seem like he was trying to like know something, like because that indicates that it's like a proper title of something. He quoted it and capitalized two words that didn't need to be capitalized.
Okay, this sentence is brilliant. Someone please read it.
okay, I'll read this one. I felt I've lived 1,500 times before and wanted to make this life right, for full and fully conscious, becoming all a human could be.
So I decided to become a dick.
I did a ton of acid, and now I'm gonna live forever.
I became a pretentious asshole.
Okay. So, and then the last sentence is, I was on a mission at the age of 7 or 8 with this awareness.
And apparently he wasn't aware of how old he was.
Yeah, that's still unclear. I wanted to get to this part, so Micro, please read it.
I met an immortal once. It's a funny story. Let me tell you about it. When I met an immortal in my teenage years, who recognized my fate and birth to immortality. Birth to immortality? I knew she was right. Okay, this is getting creepy. Yet
so he met a homeless lady in an alley, and she was garbling at him some gin-soaked knowledge, and
this is his way of dealing with the molestation.
He remembers it. It's like a Harry Potter story.
My God, the next sentence is even worse.
Read
I've had to give up every mortal thing, piece by piece, item by item, thought by thought, cloth by cloth. Okay, I made that up, but yeah.
The path to immortality has not been easy. I had to create this website. I've had to give up everyone item thought by thought to allow the reality of more immortality to experience. Oh, so in other words, immortality is really fucking boring, and you don't get to have anything or think anything.
Yeah. You know those wise sayings like what's the sound of one hand clapping?
The sound of one hand clapping is a snap.
Yeah, it is.
That's really what a snap is.
But this was going somewhere. Like, because I was gonna say, how does immortality express itself? Because that's the last sentence. To allow the reality of immortality. Holy shit, that's like a 16-year-old garage band lyric right there.
Yes.
To allow the reality of immortality to express.
Okay, just to return to the one hand clapping. A snap is the sound of a snap comes from it doesn't come from the fingers rubbing together. It comes from the one of the fingers hitting the rest of your hand. It's literally a one hand clap.
Yeah,
it's a clap. That's what the sound of one hand clapping sounds like. It's a snap. Get over it.
That's interesting.
And art was with the world, no, just reality. On the path to immortality,
When
we are.
smelly foot.
Smell my foot. Put the ski on. Smell my foot.
That deserves an applause.
Alex Jones.
A one-handed applause.
Put the ski on. Get more red. Who was it? There's a video. There's a video. Who was it? Was it Miles Power or someone else that was looking at his before and after of that shit that he... Oh, no. It was John Oliver again. And he's like, what happened in between? You got more red?
Yeah, where he literally, there's literally no different. He's not even sucking in his stomach.
And then he rightfully points out that you could reverse those images. And it would be the exact same thing. Yeah. Oh shit. Okay, so on the path to immortality, we are in a way at odds with the world, the harm, the fight and death this world creates. I thought we created it. I thought we had like a...
No, that's what he mean by wolves. Apparently natural disasters are our fault, so...
No, I'm taking everything this dude says hyper literally. He literally means that the world creates. This motherfucker's an immortal. We gotta listen to it.
Jesus. Since when did Alex Jones join us?
Listen here, Dan. Super male vitality. I can't do it. I tried.
Beautiful.
The problem is, every time someone says Alex Jones, all I can think of is like a parody of Aqua. Just Alex Jones calling Alex Jones, shut up now.
I don't know why, but Alex Jones and Smells Like A Minor has become like one for me.
There's probably good.
When I see either one, I think of the other.
You know, Alex Jones isn't actually... Oh, what's his name? What's a comedian that everyone like says is Alex Jones?
No idea.
Bill... It's not Bill Burr. I love Bill Burr. I know that guy.
Oh, Bill Burr.
Anyway, there's a comedian from the 80s that, there's a comedian from the 80s. Yeah, Neurectoblast dropped out. I don't know what happened. There's a comedian from the 80s that everyone, that all the conspiracy people think is Alex Jones. Bill, oh my god, what's the guy's name? But yeah, it's not really him, it's me.
So he created the Alex Jones as a character.
Yeah, because the dude was a comedian. He was a damn good comedian. I can't think of his freaking name. No, he passed away. He died in like the early 90s or something.
How could you be Alex Jones? Alex Jones' stat is still among us.
Yeah, I know, but people say that he faked his death. Because Alex Jones came about and got popularity like right at the time that guy died.
Didn't this guy also like come on stage and smoke all the time?
Yeah, he smoked constantly.
Yeah, I think I know.
And he was a cokehead. Yeah, his name's Bill something.
You're right. I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
Dude, just look it up.
The next sentence is brilliant. We have to step aside from the frantic hordes moving towards demise.
Do we live in some sort of zombie apocalypse yet?
Yeah. Or like I'm thinking it's like something like it's from some kind of pretentious fantasy novel. Like something the pretentious wizard would say.
Bill Hicks.
That just sounds like he wants a sect, you know?
Smelly. His name is Bill Hicks.
Yeah, it's Bill Hicks. Bill Hicks. I remembered right as I went to go look it because I love Bill Hicks is a damn good comedian.
Yeah, he is really fucking good.
Yeah, he's hilarious, and he was notoriously, outspoken about being non-religious, and he was the last of the irreverent comics, like the people that truly didn't give a fuck.
Apparently, he uses McAfee secure.
Yeah, McAfee. Yeah, they're fucking everywhere. They got the little bell window tag at the bottom right hand corner.
Yeah,
guys, I tried to close it on my side. I feel dumb now.
Oh,
that's okay. I have one that's dumber. At one point when there was a thunderstorm, I literally tried to find a tab I went through my tabs open in Google Chrome in an attempt to close the tab that was making the noise.
It's not bad.
I'm a
These are sort of
fucking
things that
idiot.
happen. These are sort of things that happen, and you just it takes at least like 5 seconds to realize you're being a complete fucking tool,
Yes.
and then you're like, I should never tell that to anyone. She proceeds to tweet about it.
I love this next part. I teach the secret to immortality.
We have to choose a different thought and chart another course. This really is song lyrics.
Yeah, it really
It's not
is.
a hard choice to make to live with immortality, but some practice is required. And that is what we're here to teach.
It's like a conscious rapper lyric.
Yeah, no.
Like a KRS-One lyric.
This is like the intro, and then like to teach, and then the music, like the first note of the music hits.
Yeah, and you know, this would perfectly fit with KRS-One because he actually believes in some of this spiritual stuff. And there's a lecture of him talking about like what is the voice in your head that like he starts off with like holding this rock star sticker, you know, like for the energy drink. And he's like, he holds it up and he's like, I want everybody to say this word, but don't use your mouth. And then the first words that follow this is what was that voice that said it? And I was thinking, your inner voice? Like, it's not really a voice, it's just thought.
Thanks, Jesus, no one tried to speak with the bird.
Also, from the chat wants you to mute when you inhale, Smelly.
Yeah, I know. I just noticed that it's actually registering. Sorry, that's my bad.
No problem. I teach the secret to immortality. This is just getting more and more pretentious the more we move on. When I tell people, like if I didn't know better, this is some kind of like emo kid writing this.
A kid that's simultaneously listening to My Chemical Romance.
Yes.
Oh
like,
god, Jesus fuck me.
This is something like they're writing in their like note in their like on their like their Tumblr blog, something like
As Last Resort plays in the background by Papa Roach.
yeah.
Cut my life into pieces.
This is my last resort.
Yeah, the whole song's about
like someone who
killing
actually
yourself.
who like almost like who pretends to be like an immortal vampire or something.
Oh, so he'd actually be listening to like The Cure or anything new wave.
Yeah.
Or even better, like Death Cab for Cutie.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm laughing at the music you're saying, but this is the sort of shit I listened to when I was in fucking high school.
No, dude, I totally did too, but that's the best part, is that we know for sure that this is how these people think, because we used to be part of their cliques, bro. Insider knowledge.
I don't listen
Well,
to any
I didn't really use
I think the only stuff I still listen to from high school is Disturbed and, of course, All the Hell System of a Down.
Well, I used to listen to shit like Thursday and Saves the Day and...
My music taste hasn't really changed a lot since high school, actually.
I mean, I still basically listen to everything. My favorite artist ever is Frank Zappa. So, if that says anything.
I listen, well,
Mine is Oscar Youngle, so yeah.
The two things I listen.
Some fucking good music, though. By the way.
Yeah, he does.
Hey, he does.
Jesus.
I have many of his songs in my Spotify, in my like good shit playlist.
He is a fucking god among men.
Yes. No, like I have two bands I still listen to from high school. They're both Danish band. One of them is called Nephew. The other one is called Vito.
We listen to the
A Nephew probably wouldn't work for any British people because most of their songs are in a mixture. Some of them are completely Danish. Most of them are a mixture of Danish and English, and one of them is in all English.
There's a band called Sigur Rós, I think is how you say their name. And like one of their albums was in complete gibberish. It didn't have.
I only know the song from System of a Down, Siguro.
Oh no, it's Sigurros, 2 words.
Okay.
But System of a Down also has a song called Sugar. Their first
Yeah,
album.
but Sigur is very interesting.
Guys, tangents.
Yes. Yeah. Well.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We did tangent.
I mean, I want to get Immortal or something.
Dude,
yeah,
I
but-
also want to get Immortal. So let's
And then
figure
next
out.
up is my
So
cat. Mar, come here. Come on, it's time to get you Immortal.
so
I mean, I don't want to.
let's read these 3.
A bit more important.
Let's read
the
these 3
cat.
bullet points.
Yeah.
All right. So some smile with great interest. Micro. That means you need to highlight.
Sorry, I was posting links to the music to Vito here, a Vito number in the chat.
How many people are here viewing our nonsense? I can't see.
Let's see, 10. One of them is.
Aw. Yeah, it's okay. The other 9.
I'm
we
just
love
waiting to see how they like the music I listen to.
So some smile with great interest. What?
So
How does your smile
there's
convey your interest?
Well, it can.
Like that smiley eyes where it's a bit, you're a bit ashamed for the guy, so you just smile.
Oh, whoa, wait.
Oh, yeah.
We're still thinking about people's reaction to him saying this, I guess,
Yeah.
right? Is that sort of the... Okay, so never mind. That makes sense. Some get confrontational. What? Like, I mean, I all right, so someone's super reactionary that's like, oh, first day trying to tell people that they're wrong and doesn't realize you shouldn't come to somebody heavy-handed.
I'm pretty
Maybe.
sure. I'm
Alright,
pretty
cool.
sure these two are the same.
Yeah, others say it's possible. It's like,
No, I want to say it's impossible. Getting
Oh, I thought-
confrontational and saying it's impossible are the same thing.
No. I think by saying confrontational, I think that he means that maybe that the person was trying to be too demanding of like proof, because that's what a lot of these people tend to think. You're not being open-minded enough. You're being confrontational. When it's like, no, how do you justify saying these things?
I'm just picturing him coming up to a guy and be like, "Hey, guy, I'm immortal," and the guy like getting his knife out, like, "Oh yeah."
But this is
Yeah, like he's a street magician, and they're just like, oh no, this guy's actually a pickpocket.
But this really is a lyrics to a song. Some get confrontational, others say it's impossible. It does sound like a song.
Yeah, this
Holy shit! You're right.
Like, okay, this is a fucking song lyric. Yeah. It's right before your eyes. That's a fucking song title.
It's right before your eyes.
Yeah.
Well, but I know the secret to immortality. And so do you.
No. Not that kind of music. It's right before your eyes. It's a mid 2010s late 2000s early 2010s teens.
See, I was thinking more that song that Madonna made in the early aughts that was like really weird and had the strange music video. Like a dance song.
Mm. Oh yeah, man. Yeah. No, I'm thinking
something. Okay.
I'm thinking some like around like 2007 or 8 to 2012 or something, like the pop songs things.
Oh, like Black Eyed Peas or something.
Yeah, something like that. Well, I think that's actually they're them in that period. Yeah.
I love how we just totally started trying to think of pop groups that could sing the lyrics to the non-existent song that we've created from these bad lines.
Honestly,
all right, sweet. So,
okay, let's see if there's actually a song called that. There is.
I think there is. Yeah.
One of them.
It's from James and the Giant Peach. And then one by the band America, because a band from America calling itself America isn't at all stupid.
But I know the secret to immortality, and so do you. No, I don't.
Yeah, we don't know it.
It's right before your eyes every day. It's not a secret at all. Then why are you calling it a secret?
Yeah.
We create
So,
ourselves,
that picture,
this world, everything in it. No.
I love how the picture next to it says, take a look at the secret of mortality, and it makes me think that the secret to mortality is sniffing sweaters that you are currently wearing.
That is a weird. That is like,
So,
it's obviously a stock
You have to
photo.
sniff like young sweaters, or like if you're old, does it work?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Blighty
Like,
sweaters.
there's
Poor
a difference
Blighty
Maybe
between.
the
sweaters.
Japanese have found the clue, with all the panties of high school girls that they sniff.
All right, Erectoblast took it in a direction nobody expected, but that's cool. I like that.
I kind of had that thought too.
See, I thought she was gonna go the other route, like sniffing the ass part of a pair of pants, but that's good too. It's arguably better.
If whoever had them on had worn them long enough, it all melts together. There's an overlap zone where you can throw both things in the middle.
Oh, my parent was just confused. Like, wait, there's a female in the panel? Yeah, we have one of those too,
Yeah.
They're like rare
Equal
Pokemon.
rights and shit. We have our token girl.
I was just gonna go with the fact that we are all
My God, I don't giggle as girly as Micro.
No one giggles as girly as me.
Oh shit!
That's brilliant. That is brilliant.
It's okay. I sound like a dying something that cackles whenever I laugh.
Mortality is sniffing your clothes, but let's go on.
Yeah, we should.
The idea is not new. No, and people have been searching for immortality for a while and had the idea for a while.
But then they died.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. They did die.
I guess they failed.
I wanted to laugh, but I also didn't. I also felt like the silence after it was perfect, so I didn't laugh.
All right, so this is hilarious. All the historic schools of mastery, wise men. Oh, that's really discombobulating. Wise men and women from the beginning of time give voice to this obvious truth. What?
He means all the people who died.
Everybody who's ever died knows the secret to immortality. Duh.
Also, can we just point out that the thing when he said I met an immortal, he literally doesn't talk about that. Like,
yeah, I know. It's one of the shortest sections.
This sentence has nothing to do with it. Literally, this sentence is the only thing that has anything to do with that.
You could make a box office hit off of just that premise alone. And it's the shortest section. It's the one we got the least information. Arguably, objectively, that was the most interesting part.
Really, he met a crazy person and then became convinced.
I know, but that's what makes it so interesting. I want to know the backstory of the person that claimed to be an immortal to him. Or did he just assume this person was an immortal because they spoke so wise?
Okay, since we've
apples.
Because we've been. Did anyone watch Big Hero 6, the movie, Disney animated movie?
That's a negative, Chief.
Oh yeah.
What?
There's Big Hero 6.
Excuse me.
I think I can't remember who's by, but there's some famous band who did the title from. And there's something with Immortal in it, and because we've been talking so much about the lyrics has something Immortal in it, and because we've been talking about songs and immortality, that song keeps playing in my head.
Well, when you said that, for some reason the song "Pull Harder on the Strings of Your Martyr" by.
Okay, that's even weirder.
Yeah, it's from Trivium. They're an American metal band. They're pretty good.
Ooh, Trivium is... Trivium is pretty fucking good.
Yeah, Pull Harder was on their second album or something. It's one of the more popular
The
songs.
only song I can think of now is In Waves.
Let's move on. We have 20 minutes. Or 18 minutes. Let's try to.
We can go over time if we want to.
Yeah, that's true, but I gotta get to work, which means I need to start getting ready for work.
Fuck work.
Eventually.
You have to.
Yeah, I know. I agree. I totally agree.
You won't need food.
Because there's homework I need to do, but I'm just gonna do it at work. But yeah, so we have, what we have is what we've made.
So if you're
Well,
sick,
no
it's
shit.
your fault.
Yeah.
Nice,
I wanted
nice
this
victim blaming there.
So even modern science has found we play a role in how the physics of the world performs. No, we fucking don't.
I mean, if you drop something, it falls, so you play the role. I guess.
Yeah, but you didn't help write the laws of physics in that instance, though. This is gravity because I dropped it.
What is
No, but you play a role, okay?
This is
Continuously, yeah.
This is clearly a reference to a misunderstanding.
Observer effect.
Yeah, a misunderstanding of the observer effect.
Yeah, no, I knew exactly what they were trying to pervert there, but it's funny the way that he worded it. Like, okay, so what he's talking about is like whenever you try, uncertainty, like you'll be able to know two things about an atom definitively, but you can only know one at a time. Technically.
Oh well, that's
because the closer you to get. With uncertainty
principle, that you can either know the more exact
position or speed.
Yeah, the more exact you know the speed, the less exact the position, and the more exact the position, the more exact the less exact the speed, and you cannot never know both of them at the same time, which is why you can never have something that is at absolute rest. So we can't reach absolute zero, yeah.
Because on the Kelvin scale, by the way.
Because then you would know both. I should really not be able to know that much physics. I'm an idiot when it comes to physics.
Well, I love physics. It's interesting as fuck.
Year, so.
Yeah. We've all had physics at least, enough to understand these things, how they work in principle. Because I couldn't begin to tell you any of the equations or anything.
All you really have to understand this, why this is wrong, is watch like a Martimer 81 video.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, so how we...
Come on, doesn't this image just look extra silly?
Yeah, is that a guy doing sidewalk art of pizza or pie?
No, it's
no, never mind.
Jesus.
I think it's Jesus.
It's a Jesus. Yeah, okay, I see it now. Like I said, it's covered up, so it looks like pizza.
It looks like. Have you seen this image? I think it's like old people Facebook, and it's like an ultrasound of a baby in the womb in 3D, and then there's someone commenting, "This lasagna looks extra crisp."
Oh yeah, because they're always.
And the guy just comments back, "It's my daughter."
Oh yeah. They always make the ultrasound like the 3D ultrasound in like this weird
exactly the color of the Jesus there.
Yeah, it's not like
orange,
I think it's supposed to be skin tone, but it's not really a skin tone.
No, it's that orange thing.
Yeah, it's the color of Donald Trump basically.
Yeah.
Like no normal person has
it's
that.
It's the almost white Jesus.
Oh my god, did you just say that beige is skin tone?
Huh?
Yes.
Yeah, because somehow, blacks and Asians and stuff, that's not inclusive, and you're going to the gulag now.
Oh my god, not the gulag.
No, I don't know what's happening here. I was just making a reference that white people think that Jesus is white, and it's funny.
Yeah. Let's stick with that and not enter into the territory director is trying to get us into.
No comment. I'm going to be like a press secretary at the White House. Just no comment.
Okay.
I have nothing wrong with any people at
How
all.
we create. We begin each day with a plan to we carry out. No, we fucking don't. I begin each day by waking up, and then watching, and then checking my phone.
Yeah, that's what I do.
The plan may be deliberate.
Jesus, dude,
Well,
that's the last thing I checked. The first thing I do is stand up to get that fucking kettle going, because Jesus, I need my coffee.
Yeah, I'm not addicted to coffee.
I don't even like coffee.
I say take another sip of my third beer.
Yeah, and as I look at an empty can of Monster, we're addicted to different demons.
The plan may be deliberate. Well, that's kind of the idea of a plan. It's not really a plan if it's not deliberate. Spontaneous or random.
Yeah.
Okay, a random. Okay, if you're just doing things randomly, that's not a plan.
And at its core, that's like a no shit statement. Like something like no shit, Sherlock. Like if I don't have a plan, of course, yeah.
But Smelly, yet we choose where we live and work. No, we don't.
Not always.
In part, but like you don't choose where you're born. We choose to exercise or not. That's true, I guess. We choose.
Yeah.
We choose good friends and bad. Oh, okay. We choose.
Yeah, kind of.
We don't choose everything we do. That's a lie. Like
I know a lot of people from war-torn Poland in the 30s and 40s that would beg to fucking differ with that last name.
They didn't really have a choice. Also, without getting into the whole free will thing, something like reflexes. If you put your hand on a hot stove, that the action to remove your hand from the hot stove isn't conscious. It literally never reaches your brain. It all takes place in your spinal cord. It's a reflex. By the time you remove, you become aware that you're moving it and feel like that's your action. You've already done it. The nerve impulses that made that choice for you have already fired.
That's actually pretty interesting.
And that is one of my favorite arguments against the idea of free will. Because even if you say you have free will, whatever the fuck that means, there's still obvious things where you don't have free will over your own body. And so you cannot be said to have complete free will.
That should really fuck with a lot of control freaks out there.
Yes.
That I get a bit of schadenfreude thinking about that. Alrighty then.
Okay, that's.
I'm just
well, I can think of an instance where random isn't random. You know, there was a Tom Scott video about randomness.
Oh, the lava lamp one.
You know,
lava lamp one.
Well, that one and the one where he talks about computers coming up with random numbers, like randomizers. Even after a while they're predictable.
Where it's suited random, but it's actually an algorithm generating things that are almost random, but at some point they will repeat. I actually also find in casino in slot machines, which there are some Russian hackers who figured out the algorithm used. And they use that to basically know what to bet on, when to bet on the slot machines. So they would have like, it's a really complicated algorithm, but they would have their phone hide their phone, so it would be filming the slot machines, the slots, like the rolling things in the slot machine. And they would have someone at the other end, like broadcasting through the phone, who would be sitting at a computer and be able to check the algorithm and tell them whether or not what to bet on and what to do depending on it. So they got huge jackpots all the time. And because you can't update a slot machine, the only choice the casinos that had them, and it was a really widely used thing, the only choice they had was to scrap them or keep having them and get better security.
Huh. That's actually very interesting.
There's an article somewhere about it. It's really...
God,
But anyway,
so
shall we read on?
we've been 2 hours in this, and we still don't know how to achieve immortality, though.
Well,
No,
we got the 4 action steps to
Um,
immortality today.
Did you die?
I'm fairly
Did you die
certain.
since we started?
Remember, he's
Well, no,
selling
it's
a
down
course.
here underneath this.
He's selling a course.
Yeah, and the funny thing is if you look down there at the at that little box where it says 4 action steps.
In other words,
yeah. But the second, third, and fourth are hilarious. The second is see our blog. Okay.
Which we are currently doing.
Read one article. Yeah, read one article.
Following my life.
The last one is the best one.
Discover my new book. Okay, I discovered it.
Yeah, it doesn't even say buy it. It just says discover it.
He didn't say buy or read it. He just said discover it.
All right, done. All right, I should be immortal now. We
Hold
did
on,
technically all of those.
I'm gonna find some razor blades.
Don't do it.
No, but like injuries are not needed.
Yeah.
Wait up.
In other words, if I cut myself, I shouldn't get an injury.
See, okay, go back to the article. Go back to that article.
But isn't injury just a learned state?
Now, Control F and look
it's
for
just a habit.
thoughts. Control F and look for thought. Up there's those.
That was a derpy Jesus.
Most habits are unconscious behaviors we do with little thought. That's the only mention of the word thought. Or what about manifest?
Nope.
Nope.
Powerful.
Yeah, I look for powerful. Ha! Powerful and inspiring.
For powerful secrets. For powerful secrets.
Yeah, go back to powerful and inspiring real quick. Okay, right there it says the Far East books by Baird Spalding are powerful, inspiring, and fascinating look at the daily life of physical human immortals. What? Who do not experience death, illness, or calamity, or calamity.
The real question is, do they poop?
Probably not. Just to go along with our doing impossible things. They eat but don't poop.
Unpooping immortals. So
maybe they're breatharians.
No, they eat, but they didn't poop. So they just continue to build up. Like,
oh my god! So you just end up being a massive shitbag.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like that. They're like that shit that they're absorbing all the nutrients. Their body's working at maximum efficiency.
Eventually, you become a star because there's so much poop it just collapses on itself.
Yeah, you become a neutron star at some point.
Yeah.
Oh shit! You're gonna collapse in on yourself.
I want to be a neutron star.
Mm-hmm.
Mommy,
that's even better than the normal planet.
Hey, what do you want to be when you become big?
Who do you want to be today? Who do you want to be? Who knows that Oingo Boingo song? Nobody?
Perfectly round.
So the world is only random and capricious if we participate in a random and capricious way.
Good news, everyone. The position of an electron around the nucleus of an atom is no longer random.
Nope, get rid of that electron cloud idea. We can definitely know where they're at exactly.
Like, imagine there's a tornado coming towards your house, and you're just like, children, you really need to get your room tidy because that's how it's going to stay tidy.
Yeah, apparently, black holes are cooler, but you can't keep eating. You will become a neutron star before you become a black hole. Actually, you will die before you Well, anyway, you can't die.
No, you can't die.
Yeah. So, but you will end up being a neutron star before you become a black hole, and because of that, you can't eat anymore because you don't have a mouth anymore.
Well, I mean,
That's like super trippy, bruh. Like super trippy. I'm like totally mind blown, scatterbrain over here. Yeah.
The world is orderly and good if we live in a benevolent and organized manner. Apparently, if we just live in a benevolent, organized manner, natural disasters and disease stop happening.
Jesus.
I can just imagine all Neurotoblast, name an infectious disease for us.
polio?
Polio, that's a good one. I just imagine the polio viruses sitting around and saying, "Oh, we should infect that guy." No, we can't. He lives in a benevolent and organized manner, so we can't.
Can't be done. Already tried. Medical science is no explanation. How do you explain it?
Big
Our
pharma
health,
will
life,
die.
and relationships, good and bad, are largely what we create. In other words, if you're born into poverty in a third world country, that's your own fault.
Well, yeah, duh. You chose it.
You totally chose it.
Oh, but it's okay. The next paragraph, he thought about these people. So,
Oh,
yeah.
great. Life can be tough. Yeah, it is right now. We're trying to read this. Well, living can be difficult for everyone. Everyone.
Yeah, in all caps.
What was that?
Say it with me, everyone. Everyone.
Everyone. Yeah, that was totally not. Hey, that was random.
At some place or time, or all the time, depending on where you live. Hardship, pain, and death await us all. At some wait, I thought the point was that it didn't. Oh, okay. If we don't take different directions. Oh, fair enough. I should.
Wait. He says that death awaits us all.
No. If we don't take a different direction.
Oh.
Yeah, if we don't start doing Qigong.
What awaits you? I'm gonna be. I think it's a black person sitting in a graveyard. It's hard to tell.
I don't know.
No, I think he's white, or maybe Hispanic. Does that look? That looks totally photoshopped.
Oh,
like it doesn't look real.
It is photoshopped as hell.
Woe is
Yeah,
me.
that doesn't.
I mean, how big do you think that gravestone is?
No, they
So-
clearly just took someone from the street and changed the background.
Yeah, they found
Assuming-
they found a homeless person and photoshopped them into
Yeah.
a graveyard.
And they made,
Assuming
like,
that they
white
didn't clip
blanket
this
scene.
guy out of. Does anybody else take joy in thinking that they set up a green screen behind this homeless guy to take a picture? Like, I know that they probably meticulously went through and, probably did it with the scissor tool or whatever, but it's like, I would love to think.
Why is there an albino peacock with someone that's lit on fire?
Because we can change how life behaves, apparently.
Whoa.
I don't know what happened, but I loved it.
I zoomed in. Presenting
I know, but you like
presenting the new SpaceX rocket design.
Why does the albino peacock have like fiery feet?
Well, because it's a world that Grace inspired. Some chick that he met in an alley.
Question.
So apparently the idea of being perfect doesn't extend to peacocks, because apparently they can still suffer from albinoism.
Spontaneous peacock explosion or combustion.
Spontaneous peacock combustion.
From the ass.
From the ass, an anal combustion.
I almost want to post that on Twitter.
It's a rectal. All right, but then you have to call it a sphincter ignition.
No. Just like spontaneous peacock combustion. Just post that on Twitter. Out of the context. Just make it a
Oh, that would be
hashtag.
good. I
Why
love
not?
that.
No buckets required.
Hashtag Peacock's Lives. Oh, no bucket required. Is it just the right height? No bucket required.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it's
thank you,
supposed to
H3.
end. Do you want to finish this blog post? No, wait, that we're gonna take way too long.
Rise up and be who you are. Well, I've
I
never
am
been who I'm not.
by definition. By definition, I am who I am.
Oh, that's deep,
That
bro.
is a tautology. By
I'm
definition,
like-
I am the person I am.
That's like super deep. That's like Mariana's Trench deep, bro.
Well, man, I can't sit on the love seat. I'm not in love.
I just wolfed a mine burrito.
Oh, dude.
This website, I wonder if this guy's just incredibly full of himself, or if he genuinely 100% believes that he is now an immortal.
No. I'm convinced that he absolutely believes what he's saying, but he's also a pretentious asshole.
Oh, so it's a twofer.
Oh, look. 0 comments, 0 comments, 0 comments, 0 comments. No one likes him. Wait
All
a minute.
around me are familiar faces. Oh yeah, there's a video.
He
Yeah.
has videos.
Does it have a
Intro
YouTube?
to Hey, go to the URL and see how many views these videos have.
That's a video in a
Wow, 1,200 views, and he's got 7 likes. Wow. That's a good like-dislike ratio, bruh. What's the comments say? Are we about to Leon Lush the fuck out of this and read some comments?
Galactus. I didn't know Galactus I love that he actually posted a link to his fucking book in the reply.
That's wonderful. Oh, goodness. So, wait, does he respond to comments? Is that what I just saw?
Oh, stop playing.
Yeah, just to say goodbye my book.
Oh, that's what y'all were saying. Sorry, my phone fell. I wasn't really, like, looking at what y'all were doing. I was just hearing it. But I love how his banner is. What?
Smelly, this is right up your alley.
Okay, so what I need you to do is I need you to copy and paste his URL and send it to me on the twits.
Yeah,
because I love his banner. His banner is nice. Look at that. It's like half of the yin and yang.
Yeah,
it's not even the full one.
It's only the dark part for some reason.
Hey, you're in a yeah.
Yeah, I realized that.
Yeah, I was hoping that you did, but I was just gonna say it just in case. But yeah, okay.
Also, like it would be really stupid of me to show like
your computer, because everyone would know how much porn you watch. I know.
Well,
I like how he doesn't.
Actually, if the reason I have it in incognito mode is I would literally dox myself if I didn't.
Oh yeah, well, you know, I've oh, what have I done? I've done so much stuff that could have done that already.
Well, we did have to blur one of the early thing to look at because we accidentally went to your Facebook.
Yeah, yeah, that's a thing that happened.
But we can get him out to speak.
Oh my god, I've always wanted a speaker at my insert event that I hold.
Oh, I didn't know you had an event.
Oh, I don't. I wish I had a platform
Twitter.
for bullshit. Oh shit! Should we tweet him? Oh, I love how he's using that "smell my foot" thing. And look, they're all just pictures from one post.
It's literally
And
just all
that's
of this.
Is it just him retweeting himself?
Well, not it's actually retweeting himself, but it's just him. Like it's his blog post. That's all he tweets. Let's see if we have any replies. I think he literally just uses it to promote himself.
Hold is aside.
Oh, we can.
When was his last post?
The blog post we read.
How it is.
Oh, but how long ago was it?
Yeah, he just started.
Like when was it?
1st of December, so yesterday.
Oh, okay.
At least for me.
Huh. Well, it looks like we got in on this right at the right time. So we could catch that wonderful blog post. I'm definitely going to go follow him on Twitter, if nothing else.
Well, I think that's enough.
Yeah, we've sort of run this to its logical conclusion.
It's probably all the other shit in this is probably not going to be that much different. But this was actually fun.
Yeah, this website offered a lot of yucks, and it's rather stupid.
That's mainly because every sentence was idiotic or a song title, or both.
Yeah, or just a really good emo lyric.
So, on that edgy note,
on that edgelord note,
yeah, we're gonna say goodbye from all of us to all of you. It is Christmas.
Yeah, that's right. Happy whatever the hell it is that you celebrate.
Well, it was the Prophet Muhammad's birthday yesterday.
Oh yeah, that's right. Happy birthday, Muhammad. Allahu Akbar and shit.
And on those words, goodbye.